Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm going to continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're going to give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? AW here. Welcome to my channel, guys. AW here. Sports Mayhem. Episode 3 on this Sunday. Okay. This is from Saturday. I'm going to get hit for this because it's from the NHL YouTube channel. But if you're all new here, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. But I want to show you this. I do want to show you this because as a diehard Leaf fan who has not seen a playoff series victory since 2004, 19 years, is the last time my Toronto Maple Leafs have advanced to the second round in the Stanley Cup Finals of 2004. 19 years ago, 2004. And as a Saturday, that all changed. And some of you people, some of the Leaf fans, were not born yet. So they never got to see the Leafs advance to the second round. Some of you some younger people that are under 19 years old, 19 under, never got to see the Leafs in Toronto advance to the second round ever in the playoffs. Okay? I have before 2004. They actually did advance to the second round in 2004, but I have seen them advance to the third round in the years prior to 2004. That's the round before the Stanley Cup Finals. I know 2003, they did not advance to the second round, I believe. 2002, they advanced to the third round. I remember that. That's the year where I thought they were going to end up in the Stanley Cup Finals. 2001, they did not. They advanced to the semifinals in the East. 2000, I believe they did advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, to the third round. In 99, I believe they advanced to the Conference Finals, but they did not make the Stanley Cup. And it's been a while. Before 99, they've been out of the playoffs since 95. I think 95. Before 99 was the last time they were in the playoffs. Before 99, when they faced Wayne Gretzky on the St. Louis Blues, they got eliminated in the first round. They were a really good team. They were good enough to make the playoffs, but they weren't a team that's like can be a serious threat, a contender to win the championship in 95. So they lost in the first round to St. Louis. And Wayne Gretzky, I remember, he got traded to the St. Louis Blues that year. And then they were a bad team for 3 years, 96, 97, 98. But in 94 and 93, they were a good team. 94 and 93, both teams made it to the Western Conference Finals. Yes, they're in the East now, but for a time they were considered in the Western Conference for a time being, for a long time. Ever since they're an Eastern City team, but before the realignment, I forgot what year where they moved to the East. But they played a lot more Western teams than Eastern teams. They played a lot in the West. That's why they faced a lot of the Western teams in the playoffs. Like in 93, they faced Detroit, St. Louis, and the LA Kings. Okay? And Detroit is the Eastern team now, but they were also a Western team back then. So in 93, they faced Detroit, St. Louis, and the LA Kings. And the LA Kings that was the famous, non-call on Gretzky with the high stick, and it led to Gretzky getting the winning goal in Game 7, where LA goes to the Stanley Cup. They faced Montreal, where Montreal won the Stanley Cup. In 94, I forgot who they faced in the first 2 rounds, but I'm pretty sure they faced Vancouver in the third round. And they lost to Vancouver. Okay? I remember that. So please watch. Okay. So now on Saturday, they ended that. They're in the second round. And tonight, officially the first round of the NHL playoffs is over, with New Jersey Devils eliminating the New York Rangers in 7 games, 4-0. So, but before we get into the NHL stuff, in NBA, I'm watching the Denver Phoenix game while I'm doing this. Denver's up 1-0 in the series, but Phoenix is leading this game right now, beginning of the third quarter, leading by 2, 44-42. We're going to talk about that, obviously, the NBA playoffs, the second round just got underway yesterday, even though the first round ended yesterday. The second round started on the first when this first round ended. So yeah, basketball does that. The NHL's first round just ended tonight. So I'll just briefly, the NHL will talk NHL, and then we're going to talk talk football, and then we'll finish off NBA talk. Okay. So we're gonna go over the draft for football. We're gonna take a look at the first round. There's a first round discussion, and we're gonna look over Lamar and Aaron Rodgers. Lamar Jackson resigned in Baltimore, and Aaron Rodgers finally being a New York Jet. Finally. And I said Aaron Rodgers was going to be a New York Jet around draft time. I said that. You can vouch for me on that. There's streams and videos to prove it. But yeah, so NHL just ended. NHL with the New York Rangers eliminating New Jersey Devils. So the New Jersey Devils eliminated New York Rangers in 7. And the thing is, yes, New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers, if you know their history, they do have a bit of a rivalry with each other. They're both, New Jersey's New Jersey, New York's New York, but New Jersey and New York, they have a history with each other. The thing is, it hasn't really been there for some while because New Jersey has not been good for a long, long time. I don't know what year was the last time, 2011, 2012. And New York hasn't been good since 2015, 2016. They were good in the early 2010 decades. They made it to the Cup in 2014 where they lost to the LA Kings. And they've been good for a little bit, but the past few years before last season and this season, they were not really a good team. They were a up-and-coming team, young team, made some solid, good free agent moves with Panarin, made some good trades with Mike Zibanejad. They got Adam Fox, who became the number 1 defenseman, great on the power play, great puck-moving defenseman. They traded for Jacob Trouba, hard physical defenseman. I think that was a good trade. At the deadline, Patrick Kane and Terrence Seiko, they had some goal scoring, they had some depth, some playmaking. And I know their draft picks over the years. Their number 1 overall pick from 2020, Al Lafreniere, has not panned out to become what they thought. And that Kako has not panned out to become what they thought in 2018, 2019 when they drafted him. But they just got eliminated by New Jersey. And so New Jersey Devils, led by a very good young team with Jack Hughes finally turning into the player that everybody thinks he could become. They took out New Jersey. Okay, took out New York. Okay. So, I guess we'll go with the surprise elimination, the very, very surprise elimination. Okay? I didn't see it coming. I didn't pick for this to be an upset. Boston Bruins get out by the Florida Panthers. Okay? Florida Panthers eliminated the Boston Bruins in 7 games with a 4-3 overtime win in last night's game 7, in Boston. What's significant about this is that Boston had the best all-time season record in the NHL ever, history of NHL. I know it's overtime. The scheduling has changed, the overtime rules and all that. But it was pretty significant upset. So the Boston Bruins, they set the record for most wins in the season, most points in the season, 135. But they got eliminated, surprise elimination by the Florida Panthers should just squeaked in the 8th seed in the playoffs. Yeah, the 8th seed defeated the 1 seed, and it happened in the basketball this season, obviously with the Heat and the Bucks, but it also happened here in the NHL, in the Eastern Conference. So it's very rare that it happens. You would think a team that set the record with the most wins and the most points should easily eliminate the 8th seed team in the conference, right? Easily. Nope. The biggest upset in NHL history, perhaps. This happened. This occurred. And there could be a lot of reasons for that. Maybe it's because the Boston team where Boston players are getting tired instead of resting at the late of the season because they're more focused on breaking the record, the season overall record, most points and most wins, instead of resting players when they had the first seed in the bank. When they had the first seed clinched, when they had the first seed clinched, there was no maybe they should have rested the players instead of going for the record. I mean, the record's big and all, but I think it's winning the Stanley Cup, being rested, just heal up a bit, be rested, let whatever bruises you have in the season heal up a bit. Heal up a bit, but instead they decided to play best players just to break that record instead of resting them for the playoffs to be, maybe the better. And they said they're maybe one of the best all-time players. And Patrice Bergeron might have been not himself. Krejci might have himself, and now Bergeron might be done. His career might retire. But yeah, so that's what the analysts are saying. The NHL analysts are saying they think Boston should maybe. I mean, breaking the record's all great and all, but maybe they should have rested the players once they clinched the conference, the number 1 seed in the conference, instead of just going for the record. Because it's great to get the record and all, like a break a season record. But I said this about the Golden State Warriors back in 2015 when the Golden State Warriors went 73-9 to have the best season record. They lost in the NBA Finals to Cleveland. And I said, best season record doesn't mean shit if you don't win the championship. You don't win championships for having the best season. You win championships by going through 3 rounds in the playoffs. You don't get there is a reward. There is a reward for best season. Most points in NHL is called a President's Trophy. Yes, whoever has the most points, you get a reward. It's called a President's Trophy. But that means shit. It doesn't mean you win the Stanley Cup. And the teams with the most points in the season in NHL most of the time don't necessarily win the Stanley Cup. So it means shit if you break the season record. It means shit if you don't win the cup. And it's a great season for Boston. Great season. Breaks the record. But it means nothing because they didn't win the cup. So Boston gets eliminated. And yeah, so I talked about Boston, New Jersey. Let's go to the other East teams and now talk about my team. Okay. The other East teams, you got New York Islanders of Carolina. The New York Islanders of Carolina. Okay. Now, this to me, this is the most boring series. Nothing interesting here. I don't know why. I mean, I just think New York plays a boring game. They have no offense, all defense. Carolina's fun and young. I think Carolina was the favorite team here to win. Carolina did win this game in 6. There's not much to talk about with this series, I would say. Nothing surprising here, if you ask me. Really so Carolina, okay, and then we got this, and yeah, I told you about this. Toronto and Tampa, and this video says I'm gonna get hit for this. It's a 5-minute video, but I'm definitely gonna get hit for this, and I want to do some invitations. If you want to come in TW, we're gonna talk about hockey and football, basketball, and we're gonna talk some sports, okay? And I'll get the people from the movies. But yeah, I want to take a look at this. Let me see if I can. Okay.
Leaves it for Marner. Kept it, and he's still on. Forced to keep for 9. Nice and Sergachev. Now for Tavares.
I'm in game 6. This is John Tavares. Captain. Look at that. That goal sealed the deal where after 6 or 7 attempts, 6 or 7 straight years, the Leafs have finally advanced to the next round in the playoffs. The second round.
This year it is different. For the first
time
in 19 years, the Maple Leafs are moving on.
And you can see a Tampa Bay goalie. And what's significant about this,
What a shift by the captain
the
to
Leafs
Bears.
have won 3 games in Tampa Bay in the playoffs. All 3 games, they won in overtime. All 3 games are in OT.
Will advance for the first time since 2004 against the Ottawa Senators.
Here it says 2004 against Ottawa Senators. Yes.
The captain had the hat trick in the early win. Not much on the offensive side of it, but he comes up clutch.
It's a thing though, because
This wraparound play with a lot of congestion in front of the net.
what's significant about this series,
Goaltender
Game
Andre
3 and 4, the
Vasilevsky.
Leafs got badly outplayed by Tampa Bay in Toronto. And Toronto got badly outplayed by Tampa Bay in Tampa, right?
Scored a double overtime winner for the
let me
New York
pause it.
Islanders.
Okay? Got badly outplayed. But the third game was close. They were down 3-2 the last minute or two. Toronto posed their goalie, and one of the new players they acquired at the deadline, Ryan O'Reilly, who has a Stanley Cup ring with St. Louis back in 2019, ties it with like a minute left in the third game to 3-3. And in Toronto, Morgan Riley with a shot after the Leafs won a faceoff, just goes in the net. They got game 3 in overtime. Game 4, Toronto was down 4-1 with like 5 to 10 minutes left in the third period. And usually, like, you would think the game's over, right? You're down 3 goals with 5-10 minutes left in the game. Game over. Might as well just go for game 5. Go down, have a tie series 2-2, but go down, right? Might as well just play for game 5. But nope, Toronto's like, no. We're not going to just, lay down and decide to go back to Toronto tie 2-2. We're going to come back and win this game. We're going to come back in this game and win. And one of the best young players, Austin Matthews, one of the best players. 2 goals to tie the game 3-3, 4-4, because there was another goal, right? They scored 3 goals, but Matthews had 2 of them. I forgot who scored the 4th goal to tie it. I forgot. But then in overtime, yes, the second overtime of the series, the Leafs got a power play. Tampa Bay committed a penalty, and the Leafs got a power play. Right? And then the second power play line, which is not really good compared to the first line. You didn't have the best players. Kerfoot, of all people, who last year could have won the game of game 6 in overtime, was that close to winning in game 6. Oh, yeah, you can't see my face. All right. Game 6. Was that close to winning and having Toronto advance to the Stanley Cup second round last year? But this year, he redeems himself by tapping in the puck in Game 4, and then they win in Game 4 and make the go up series 3-1. But they come back to Toronto Thursday, right? Last Thursday, and Tampa Bay won that game, close game. And Saturday, this happens, and Toronto is advancing to the second round in the Eastern Conference, and they're going to take on the Florida Panthers. Surprise, Florida Panthers, who, like I said, upset Boston. And that means Toronto, since they're the higher seed, you get home ice in the first 2 games. Hey, George, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'm watching the game. I'm doing the stream, man. Phoenix is up. In the Western Conference, surprisingly, some big upsets too. We got the Kraken, Seattle Kraken, the second year of existence in the NHL, eliminate the defending Stanley Cup champions. Okay, they eliminate the Stanley Cup defending champions, Colorado Avalanche. So this means New Year. Whoever this year in this season, whoever wins the Stanley Cup, it's gonna be a new team. It's not gonna be Colorado. They will not be defending their title. It'll be a new team holding the cup up in the air to celebrate. So that's going to be exciting. So Seattle's in the second round. Now, Edmonton with McDavid and McDrysdale got past Los Angeles. A pretty good series, too. Tight series. Good series there. Dallas got by Minnesota in the second round. No, the first round. So Dallas advanced to the second round. Also, what's the other teams? Oh, it's the other team. Oh, shit. What was the other? Maybe I have a description here. Las Vegas Golden Knights eliminate Winnipeg. So there was 3 Canadian teams in the Stanley Cup. playoffs. Now there's only 2, Toronto and Edmonton. And now the second round we got Edmonton. Who is Edmonton face? They face Seattle? No, I think they face Vegas. Yeah. I think Edmonton faces Vegas, if I'm correct, for the Western Conference semifinals. Yeah, they face Vegas. Edmonton faces Vegas. Toronto plays Florida, as I said. Seattle plays Dallas. And that means New Jersey plays Carolina. And whoever wins those series will go to the conference finals in the East and the West. And I hope it's the Leafs. I think I look with the Tampa Bay series. I thought they're the better. I thought they're the more better team than Tampa, but I didn't have as much confidence in them as I do against Florida. I think I have more confidence in the Leafs, better confidence in the Leafs beating Florida than I did against Tampa because the way Florida plays and the way Tampa Bay played. Tampa Bay is a little bit more defensive, more physical oriented than Florida, and Florida is not like Florida can score, which you need, but they're easy to play. They can get through the defensively. They're not good defensively compared to Tampa, and their goalie is like, you don't know what you're gonna get with the goalie. So I think Toronto might have an easier time offensively, getting zone time in the offensive zone, getting pucks on net, more space to be more offensive creatively wise than they did against Tampa. Okay, that's what I think. That's why I think I have more confidence in them beating Florida than I did against Tampa, even though they did defeat Tampa. But yeah, that's hockey for you guys. Now I go to NFL. So Lamar Jackson is back with Baltimore, breaking barely over Jalen Hurts' quarterback contract. It's good. There was only 2 scenarios this was going to happen. He was either going to hold out or go back to Baltimore, sign the contract, and he goes back to Baltimore. But he's back to Baltimore. He has, he has 2 new receivers, Odell Beckham, and the drafted rookie wide receiver, Zay Flowers, whatever they get the name. We'll go over the mock draft. I have the mock draft here. I'm just going to do round 1. Okay, just round 1 of the mock draft. I'll just go down the list. And Aaron Rodgers is fighting New York Jet. I bet you George knows about that. It's making New York news. Aaron Rodgers is a New York Met. No, New York Jet, not New York Met. No, he's not going to baseball. This is going to happen eventually. And it's going to help to make a tougher division in the East, AFC East. Now let's go through the draft. I got to pull it up for you guys. Let me pull it up. Round 1 only. And then we'll talk some basketball, I guess. So we're going to talk some coaching. Basketball, we're going to talk about the playoffs. And we're also going to talk about some coaching stuff with basketball and also some basketball news. Let's make it some rounds. So, here's the draft. Okay, let me pick it up. Carolina does the obvious to draft a quarterback at Bryce Young, right? Right. We all expected that. Okay. Number 2, the Houston Texans draft another quarterback, CJ Stroud from Ohio State. Houston managed to trade up with Arizona or trade down with Arizona, the 6th for the 3rd pick, right? So Arizona gets the 6th pick and Houston gets the 3rd pick, and they draft Willie Anderson, a linebacker from Alabama. Indianapolis with the 4th pick surprisingly drafts Anthony Richardson as a quarterback. Surprisingly. Yeah, they predicted Anthony Richardson go first round, but not that. Maybe later 10s or after the 10s and the teens, but not 4th overall. Seattle with the 5th pick selects a cornerback from Illinois' Devin Witherspoon. Paris Johnson gets selected by Arizona, part of that Texas trade with the 3rd overall pick, right? From Ohio State. Oakland Raiders with the 7th pick select Tyree Wilson, defensive end from Texas Tech. With the 8th pick, the Atlanta Falcons draft Bijan Robinson, running back from Texas. And a really, really good steal here, perhaps, from Philadelphia. The 9th pick, Philadelphia selects Jalen Carter, defensive tackle from Georgia. People are saying this might be a steal of a pick here. The 10th pick by Chicago Bears select Darnell Wright, offensive tackle from Tennessee, there to protect Justin Fields. With the 11th pick, Tennessee Titans select Peter Skoronski, offensive tackle from Northwestern. With the 12th pick, the Detroit Lions select Jeremy Gibbs, running back from Alabama. With the 13th pick, the Green Bay Packers select Lucas Van Ness, defensive end from Iowa. With the 14th pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Broderick Jones, offensive tackle from Georgia. With the 15th pick, the New York Jets select Will McDonald V from Iowa State, offensive linebacker. No, outside linebacker. There's no such thing as an offensive linebacker. I'm a fucking idiot. Sorry. With the 16th pick, the Washington Commanders select Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback from Mississippi State. With the 17th pick, the New England Patriots select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback from Oregon, whatever you want to call him. To the 18th pick, the Detroit Lions select Jack Campbell, inside linebacker from Iowa. With the 19th pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Keja Kancey, defensive tackle from Pittsburgh. With the 20th pick, the Seattle Seahawks select Jackson Smith-Njigba, I think that's his name, if I pronounce it right. I'm sorry. Njigba, from Ohio, wide receiver from Ohio State. With the 21st pick, is Los Angeles Chargers select Quentin Johnson, wide receiver from TCU. I think that's TCU. I'm not sure who that is. With the 23rd pick, Baltimore Ravens select wide receiver Zay Flowers from Boston College. Another wide receiver goes off. Okay. With the 24th pick, the Minnesota Vikings select Jordan Addison, wide receiver from USC, University of Southern California, obviously. The 25th pick, the New York Giants select Dante Banks, cornerback from Maryland. The 26th pick, the Buffalo Bills select Dalton Kincaid, tight end from Utah. With the 27th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle from Michigan. With the 28th pick, Jacksonville Jaguars select Anton Harrison, offensive tackle from Oklahoma. The 29th pick, the Bengals select Miles Murphy, defensive end from Clemson. With the 29th pick, the New Orleans Saints select Brian Breesy, defensive tackle from Clemson. Yes, 2 Clemsons in a row. With the 31st pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Nolan Smith, outside linebacker from Georgia. And the final pick, the Kansas City Chiefs select Felix Anudike-Uzomah, defensive end from Kansas State. So that's the first round. I'm not doing the second and third round. There's been some, obviously, hi TW, obvious surprises. I did not get to the first round. Will Levis was dropped out of the first round. Joey Porter Jr., Brian Branch were not picked in the first round. They're picked in the second and third round. For some reason, Tennessee decided to draft Will Levis, even though last year they drafted Malik Willis. It must not be higher than Malik Willis then, and it must be more higher than Will Levis. Otherwise, why would they draft Will Levis if you're not higher than Malik Willis, the guy you drafted the year before? And to me, when I saw them draft Will Levis, I'm like, what the hell? Did they draft Malik Willis? It doesn't make sense. Right? I mean, what the hell? So, it didn't make sense to me why Tennessee drafted another quarterback. I guess maybe they changed the tune on Malik Willis. Who everybody did say, everybody did. who did last year, these the scout, the Mel Kipers of the world, say that Malik Willis of 2002 quarterback draft class may have the best potential of all the quarterbacks who got drafted, or the best tools. I guess Tennessee doesn't see that anymore. I guess they changed it. I guess not anymore. I don't know. It's strange. Yeah, Junior going to Pittsburgh. Oh, yeah, good point, because his father played for Pittsburgh. That was a good move. Yeah, Joey Porter Jr. cornerback with Pittsburgh. Now, Joey Porter. Well, 10 people are watching. Wow. Now, Joey Porter, his father was a linebacker, a really, really good linebacker, an elite linebacker. Well, why am I getting 10 people watching? Where's everybody coming from? A really damn good linebacker, if you ask me. Right? And you got to remember, some like Patrick Surtain went last year. He was a good son of a good corner. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I watched the first round. The first round was so damn long. It was so damn long, that first round. They got to cut it. I mean, 10 minutes between picks. Too long. I don't like that. It's too long. 10 minutes between picks in the first round is too long, man. It's just damn too long. But Aaron Rodgers moved to Green Bay, New York. Finally got solved. Finally happened. I knew it was going to happen during draft week. Would it make them the favorites in the AFC East? Perhaps. I think it's a stacked conference. I think Miami could still be good, but I'm concerned about Tua, his condition. I mean, 3 concussions in less of the year. I'm worried about that, man. You don't want. Yeah, I agree. They did draft a QB, didn't they? They draft Henderson Hooker, right? Didn't Detroit draft Henderson Hooker? Who people they say is underrated. Might be better than some of the quarterbacks drafted in the first round. Yeah, I do too. I think Buffalo's still the favorite, but you gotta look at the Jets are young. I really do like the defense. I think Sauce Gardner is great. Critton Williams, good their defense, right? Garrett Wilson, if he turns it to a start, I think he is. With Adam Lazard there, Breece Hall. New York you gotta watch out. The AFC East is no. Yeah, thank you. Henderson Hooker is obviously the future of Detroit, but Jared Goff is not bad. He wasn't bad there, right? But right, but yeah, now with the NFL, I mean, like, and also in other NHL news, Daryl Sutter. We're gonna get to basketball to finish off. Daryl Sutter was let go today. You know what? I think he should have been let go anyway. I personally think they need a depth, but I personally think Daryl Sutter should have been let go. Okay, it was the right move for Calgary to let Daryl Sutter go, because the way he ran his team, and the way he did press conferences, he clearly needed to go. I think the way the season went for Calgary was not a product of the talent. I think it was a product of Daryl Sutter. I feel like they didn't respond well to Daryl Sutter, because the way Daryl Sutter is, how he coaches, and how hard he is on players, I feel like the players didn't respond well to that, right? And they didn't like how he ran things. So, well, there is a strike, so the Writers Guild are going to go on strike in 15 minutes. It's official. It's happening. The Writers. I mean, this is a sports stream, but there you go, guys. It's officially happening. We're getting the strike. Yeah, thank you. I just saw that. DeGrasse, yeah, I saw that. It's going on strike. Just saw that. We got 13 minutes to officially goes on strike. It's happening. I think we all knew. I know this is a sports team we all knew. But with Daryl Sutter, he completely lost room. I think what happened was I think he alienated the team. Especially, I think what really alienated the team the most is when he basically buried a rookie player. I forget, was it Peltier? What's his name? This has happened January, February, right? January and February. Remember the guy was having his debut, and his family was there, and he didn't bother. He didn't remember his name or whatever. I don't remember. I'm sure TW remembers that press conference. I know you. I'm sure you remember that TW. Remember that time, right? Right. I'm pretty sure he alienated a team there. I think the whole team, they felt alienated from Daryl Sutter. I think Daryl Sutter he's one of those coaches like he doesn't have a long time. He doesn't have a long. He was one of those coaches that are not gonna last a long time with one team, right? And I think that's what happened here. I mean, remember Calgary did fire Brad Treliving, right? Remember, Jonathan Huberdeau did not turn out to be like the player he was in Florida. Kadri, Markstrom. But I think I'm surprised they waited this long to let Daryl Sutter go. They should have probably let him go when Treliving decided not to be up Treliving. I think they should let him go at the same time. Daryl Sutter, Daryl Sutter needed to go. That's the right move for Calgary. They need a fresh voice in that locker room. He was definitely alienating that team. Okay, you could tell. Okay? He needed to go. He was not. Okay. What else did I put in here? All right. Now let's talk basketball. George, if you're listening, buddy, I'm gonna put a link in. I know you like basketball. We're gonna talk basketball. We're gonna talk all things basketball. Okay? I'll put in our Trinity link, our link. And if anybody else wants to talk basketball, come in. Okay, we're doing that. Now, I know round 2 happened, but with basketball, all the teams that did advance to the next round: Miami Heat, Phoenix Sun, Denver Nuggets, New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, Los Angeles Lakers, and Golden State Warriors. Yeah, all advance to the next round. And as you see, the second round did start. Yeah. You want to come in, George? Come in, guy. Come in. Feel free to come in. If you can, if you feel. And right now, Phoenix is leading Denver. I warned my people about the wire strike. I mean, Degrassi warned me, but then I warned people I know. Yeah, he knows that's gonna happen. The community. So, okay. Right now, I'm watching. Yeah, like I said, I'm watching Denver and Phoenix. Phoenix is leading 73-70 in the fourth quarter that just begun. Okay. Yesterday, Denver won the first game. Yesterday, the Heat defeated the Knicks. Game 1 in the afternoon. It was an afternoon game, like a 1:00 game. Okay, and I was scared for the Heat because it looked like because when Jimmy Butler went down late in the fourth quarter, like a minute or 2 left, man, people in Miami must have been sweating because Butler's been carrying Miami through the playoffs. He's a reason why Miami was able to eliminate Milwaukee. You got playoff Butler, right? And if playoff Butler goes down and he's out, right? I don't think Miami has a chance. Really, Miami has a chance to beat New York. Because I picked Miami to beat New York in this round. I think Miami is a better team than New York. All right, than the Knicks. But if that injury was a scare, right? Because that looked bad. Unfortunately, he was fine. He was able to close out the game. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's not 100% for tomorrow's game. I'm pretty sure he's gonna feel the ankle tomorrow. We'll see how he is. If he's iced or a cortisone shot, whatever they do. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so they did get the win, Miami. They get the win. Okay? Right? Good win on them. Playing in New York, Madison Square Garden, man, there's nothing like that, right? There's no other arena in the US like there is Madison Square Garden, right? Right? And let's be honest, Madison Square Garden has not seen a championship game played since the Rangers, really. The Rangers in 2014. But Madison Square Garden has not seen a championship won since 94? When the Rangers won in 94, the Stanley Cup. That's the last time Madison Square Garden saw a championship win. They had championship games, but they never had a championship win. Right? And you got now the tie game between Denver and Phoenix. Now, Denver may have advantage in terms of depth. Like Jamal Murray is playing out of his mind. You got Jokic, might be an MVP candidate this year. And Phoenix might be running their star players into the ground, playing 43, 44 minutes a game. I know they kind of, in basketball in the playoffs, they shortened the rotation. So they usually to like 8 players. But still. So I got I don't know. I still have Phoenix winning here, but the way Denver is playing them, especially winning the first game and how they're playing in this game, I could definitely see Denver beating Phoenix in the series. Okay? I like I said in my prediction show with George, I said I'm not sold on Denver, but I think I might be underestimating them. I think I am underestimating them. Now this series is good, but I think the series everybody's looking forward to in the rest is Golden State versus Los Angeles Lakers, because we got once again the Golden State Warriors against LeBron James. Now this time it's not a championship game. It's not the finals. It's in the Western playoffs, but still, Golden State has a rivalry with LeBron James. Okay. And Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. People want to see what Draymond Green is going to do in that series. How he's going to get into LeBron's head, maybe Anthony Davis's head. I don't know. It's going to be such an interesting, fun, great series. I think of the 4 series, I think that series I'm looking forward to the most because of the drama of the story basically the drama of the story of in that series itself with those players. I mean, look. Cleveland's been Golden State's been battling LeBron James in the finals for 4 years straight, right? 2015 to 2018. Right? Right? And it's been kind of not there for a while, right? I mean, like, right? They haven't faced each other a lot since. I mean, they're in the same conference, but now it's the playoffs. Now the drama, the story is back up again. The rivalry, Golden State versus LeBron James. Because I feel like it wasn't a good rivalry between Golden State and Cleveland. It was more of a rivalry between Golden State and LeBron. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cavs fans. I don't mean to upset you with that. I hope not. Yeah, he saw the Lakers eliminate Memphis. And Memphis, Memphis is a good young team. J.R. Morant, Bane, who else? Jackson, right? They got Jackson. But they got to get rid of Brooks. And that team needs to clean up their act. They need to mature more. Because what I think cost them the series, what I still think the Lakers are the better team, but what really I think hurt them in this series was maturity. I think if all the teams in the playoffs, they lacked maturity. Clearly, because there was a lot of Memphis has talked more about off the court instead of on the court, right? Like how fake tough. And you got this guy Dylan Brooks. I know he's Canadian and all, but I don't care if he's Canadian, American, Mexican, British, French. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference. We got this guy Dylan Brooks. Guy just got fined. I forgot a certain amount of money the penalty was, but he got fined by the NBA for not doing his obligated interviews, right? Because in sports, you're obligated to give interviews after a game, right? And he decided to just brush that off, which is against the rules. And he got fined for it. And it's Dylan Brooks. The guy when he talks, Dylan Brooks is a fake tough guy. And LeBron James basically schooled him in the series. Schooled him, man. Draymond Green did it. LeBron James did it. It's Dylan Brooks, man. And I think with Morant's off-court issues, this is not a good thing, obviously. It was not good. I think Dylan Brooks, his attitude, I think rubbed the players off the wrong way in Memphis. I think Memphis needs I know they have Steven Adams there. He's been a veteran for some time, for some years. But I think Memphis needs to get rid of someone like Dylan Brooks and get someone in the offseason that's a veteran, that's a good locker room presence on that team, who sets everybody straight, who shows them the right way, does all that. They need someone in that locker room that's like when I say Boston, for example, Boston's Al Horford. Someone like Al Horford, okay? That's what I think Memphis needs. When you got a good young team in sports that has lacks maturity, you might need somebody in that locker room to set a good example for these young guys. And I don't think Memphis had that. And I know they're not going to fire their coach. Maybe the coach is someone to blame for that. But I feel like Memphis needs that. You got to get rid of Brooks. I think Brooks hindered that team. I'll be right back, guys. Back. So yeah, Memphis is still a young team. They still might be a playoff team next year, but they need some veteran, positive, good veteran leadership in that locker room. That's what they need. Okay. All right. And done, and Sabonis and all that. All right. So they're definitely on strike now. The Writers Guild's on strike because there's 12:01 where I am. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm back. The strike is on, man. Writers Guild strike is on. It's past midnight, so officially it's on, guys. It starts. And they're going to start picketing the picket lines tomorrow. Well, today, because it's 12 today. It is today now, Tuesday. But yeah, Denver's leading right now by 3 with 5 minutes left in game 2. I did pick Phoenix to win the championship. Really, I did pick Phoenix. And now I'm picking Boston to represent the East. I know my buddy George picked Milwaukee to represent the East. And I wonder how George is feeling on that now. Like, George, you're not the only one, buddy. You're not the only one who bracket's broken, who made that choice, made that prediction. I'm not throwing shade at you, buddy. I mean, yeah. So Denver's up by 5 now. Aaron Gordon just shot 2 free throws. So 5 minutes left. Maybe I'll keep this for an hour. I'm not gonna talk much baseball. There's not really much baseball to talk about. I mean, Bryce Harper is back earlier than expected. He's going to be in the lineup for Tuesday's game for Philadelphia. Bryce Harper, yeah, he's back from Tommy John earlier than expected. The original diagnosis is he'll be around All-Star break, around All-Star time. He could be back for the Phillies, but he's back much earlier than expected. And that's going to be a big boost to the Phillies. Really, really big boost, obviously. They did lose Reese Hoskins. That's a big loss. And Philly needs it. They haven't been clicking. Look, Aiden. Nice move, Aiden. 3-point game. Go Jamal Murray. I want to see Jamal. You know what? I have no problem seeing Denver win the championship because it'd be all good for Jamal Murray, Canadian boy. You know? Final topic. The Raptors if you're basketball, my Toronto Raptors let go Nick Nurse about a week ago, right? They let him go from the team. I made a video on it. You can look at my YouTube channel. You can find it there. Maybe I'll post it down below after this stream. When I edit it, maybe I'll post it down below. My video on Nick Nurse. But yes, they let him go, right? And the Raptors are in hunt for a new head coach. Obviously, that's what you do. That's what you do when you don't have a head coach. You gotta hunt for a new head coach. You gotta look for a new head coach. So Grass, if you're listening, Colbert, Kimmel, Myers, and Fallon are not doing shows right now. Since the strike is happening, the late shows are shutting down. Right? They're shutting down for a time being until a new deal comes into place. So Yeah, we're not gonna get a late show with Stephen Colbert. We're not gonna get Jimmy Kimmel Live. Not the night show with Jimmy Fallon and a late night show with Seth Meyers. Those are out right now. We're not getting those. Well, let's be honest, the Grass, they suck, right? They're not good. They're not good anyway. They haven't been good in a while, right? Let's be honest, right? Fallon sucks. I don't like Fallon. I think Fallon is boring. I don't think Fallon's that funny. I never thought Fallon was funny. Even SNL, I don't think it was ever that funny. Stephen Colbert, I do think is funny. I think Stephen Colbert is the best. I do think of all of them, he's the best. So, Seth Meyers, I don't think it's that funny either. I don't know. Whatever. Guess talk shows because they have tons of writers, right? They have lots of writers for talk shows. But yeah. Now, yes, you know, that means you're not going to see, going forward, you're not going to see actors, directors, whatever, be able, SNL 2, yeah, SNL 2, yes. Sketch shows that do sketches, stuff like that. You're not going to see actors, actresses, directors, writers, producers. You're not going to see them be able to go promote their movies, TV shows for the time being on these shows because there's no show to promote them on. So it'll be less promoting on there for all the people to see on TV at late night and stuff. They're not be able to promote it there. And I'm not sure, Degrassi, if you guys tell me this. I know, guys, it's a sports show, but when the directors and the actors go on, when they most likely will join them, right? When their thing is up, they're most likely they're in the same side as the writers, right? They're on the side of the writers. But when they go on their strike or whatever, because their deals are almost up. Promotion for movies and TV shows, you won't see any, right? You might not see any. Where like premieres, interviews with trades, on YouTube or Variety, Hollywood Report. You might not see any of that. You might not be box office movies. The movies might suffer because they might not have no promotion to go with it. There might not be any promoting for the movies or TV shows because of all of that. And the box office might suffer because of that. Because you need promotion, right? You need that. And that's scary. Now, I don't know if the WWE writers go on strike too. I don't know if writers for WWE go on strike. I'm not sure if they're part of are they part of WGA? Yeah. I'm not sure if writers for WWE are part of WGA. They might be. Because some WWE writers have written for Hollywood, so for other shows are not WWE wrestling related. So they might. So the wrestling will continue on, but they might not be. They might have. You might not have any writers. But it's and yeah, that's okay. They could I don't know. Here's the thing, wrestling. I know that's true. They are independent contracts. Here's the thing. Degrassi, Vince McMahon doesn't like unions. I guarantee you, Vince McMahon would not hire a writer if they're in a union. Vince McMahon does not like unions. Wrestling does not like unions, right? You know that. The wrestling industry does not like unions. You know that. That's a fact, right? And many people say that wrestling should have a union. But here's the thing. A lot of wrestlers A lot of wrestlers are part of a union, right? A lot of wrestlers are part of a union. They're not. They're part of some wrestlers are part of SAG. I believe this is part of SAG. The acting guild. So wrestlers, I believe some wrestlers are part of the acting guild. There's no union for wrestling, but wrestlers these days. Wrestlers consider themselves as actors, as entertainers, and so they're part of the acting guild. But with WB, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're part of the acting guild or not. It doesn't matter. If you know that, right? You know that Degrassi. I think Degrassi knows that. Degrassi knows that wrestlers are part of the. Yeah, we can talk wrestling on here because this is a wrestling channel. Wrestlers are part of the act. Some wrestlers are part of the acting guild. Okay, so and yeah, like video game writers. Yeah, yeah. But it's official. They're on. Yeah, so they're on strike. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, Nick Nurse is not the Raptors coach anymore. There's some things. Yeah, I know, but you know what? What if the Writers Guild comes? If the writers, here's the thing: the Writers Guild, the writers might know that. Like the ones from Marvel and DC might know that. They also know that, and they might try to get these comic book writers to come and join our guild, join us. You know, they try to snatch them up before Marvel and DC. You know, before Disney and Warner's does. You know, what if they try to like snatch them up? You know, I don't know. But yeah. Nick Nurse is out the Raptors head coach. There's something. The reason why there's some things going on with the Raptors this year that even the GM and the president, Masai Ujiri, admitted in the end of season press conference when he announced when he made it official that they let the coach go. For 1 year left on his coach contract, $8 million a year. He was going to make $8 million a year. Oh man, I'd love to make $8 million a year coaching, but yeah, whatever. Um. Uh. But yeah. A meeting. Whoa, I got 11 people. Nice, 9 people. Hey guys. But yeah, and they're looking at potential coaches right now being interviewed. Some are still among teams in the playoffs, like Kenny Atkinson, who's the assistant coach of Golden State, but they're looking at him as a coach. I think people will be happy with Kenny Atkinson. Really good coach with Brooklyn. I think it was treated unfairly because of Durant and Kyrie Irving. We're looking at some other coaches, assistant coaches. I don't know the names. Jody Fernandez. Don't know much. Some from their own team. Adrian Griffin. Also, 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 Becky Hammond. You know, Becky Hammond. Becky Hammond. So they're taking their time. They're not they put beside probably run Ime Duca. Duca, the former Celtic head coach, got canned because he was having an affair with an employee of the Celtics, right? And it was consensual. It wasn't like non-consensual. It was consensual. It's just not proper. It's not good when you have an affair or your relationship or having an affair with someone as employed by the same people. It was just and in the coach of the Celtics at the time, Luka was coaching was with Nia Long. Nia Long, Lisa from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So he was having an affair with another woman who was employed by the Celtics, or whoever the arena or whoever employs at the arena was having an affair with a woman there, consensual. But yeah, he was cheating on Nia Long. From Fresh Prince. Plays Lisa from Fresh Prince. Now he's the coach of Houston. Young upcoming team who might get the first overall pick. You're looking at trade Jalen Green, but now the Raptors are looking for the coach. They said they want to have a coach in place before the draft. I think that's going to happen. The draft is not till the end of June, so we got pretty much about 2 months away, 7 weeks to the NBA draft. So they'll have a coach by then. I'm curious to see the new coaches. I'm curious to see what the direction the Raptors are going. They're one of those teams. There's no man land. They're not going to go get better. But they're not going to get better, but they're not going to get worse. And that's in basketball or in sports, that's no man's land. And I don't like no man's land is considered the worst. I mean, being a bad team for multiple years is bad, but no man's land is like having no direction. It's like if you want to be stuck in no man's land, it's having no direction. It's kind of the worst state to be in. I like to be if I'm going to rebuild. For a few years to get good players, young players, good draft picks, or I'm going to go for it. I don't want to be in that middle of the road kind of thing. That's where the Raptors are. But yeah, and the Nuggets just defeated Phoenix. Game 2, 97-87. So they're up 2-0 in the series. They go to Phoenix for game 3 and 4. Phoenix has no choice but to win both games. Denver, to me, does not have to win both games. They should go out and win both games to end the series as quickly as possible. But they're in the driver's seat. If they win one in Phoenix and lose one in Phoenix, they're up 3-1. They're still in the driver's seat. But Phoenix has to win both games at Phoenix. You cannot lose one game at Phoenix and let Denver go up 3-1 in the series. They have to lose. They have to make sure Denver loses both games. They have to win both games because if Denver does go up 3-1 or even finish them off, if they go 3-1, I think it's all over for them. All over for Phoenix. And I like I said, I picked Phoenix to win the championship. But if they go up, there's some pretty bad Degrassi ones. There's some bad teams, man. Nuggets is pretty bad. Yeah, I like chicken nuggets. But yeah, you cannot 2-0 is a 2-0 is a big hole. It's in sports, it's not a big hole. But if you're the home team that's down 2-0, right? Especially basketball, you have to win. You have to win both games at home. You cannot give a two elite team at least one win in your yard or in your arena. You can't let them go 3-1 because you're probably most likely done. And obviously, you cannot let them win both games because you're out of the series. Phoenix has no choice but to win both games at home. At home, because even if they win one and Denver goes up 3-1, to me it's all over. Phoenix has no choice. No choice. No damn choice. And tomorrow's games for the playoffs, NBA-wise, I'll give you an update for NBA tomorrow. For NHL tomorrow, for NHL playoffs, The second round starts tomorrow. The Leafs, my Leafs host Florida tomorrow in Toronto. So my Leafs will face the Panthers game 1 in Toronto tomorrow because since Boston got eliminated, it makes us the home team because we're higher seed than Panthers. And Dallas hosts Seattle tomorrow. Okay, for the NBA tomorrow, you got the Heat and the Knicks in game 2. Like I said, Miami's up 1-0. And you got the Lakers and Golden State tomorrow. LeBron James versus Steph Curry, Draymond Green, whatever. But yeah, that's tomorrow. And then, yeah, whatever. Guys, I have nothing to make on my Let's Talk Pop. I'm going to go on strike too because I feel like it. I'm kidding. I'm not going on strike. I don't get paid. I don't get paid. I'm going to go on strike. I'm sorry. I'm doing Let's Talk Pop. For Wednesday, there's still going to be there's still going to be moving TV news, right? There's still going to be stuff coming out. Degrassi, curious. What upfronts? Just this upfronts. You think we're gonna get anything for upfronts? Because you said something. I don't know if it's on stream or private, but about what the situation up front because of the strike. Like, how can a strike affect up front? I think you said it on one of my streams. But yeah. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I know for a fact, Warner Brothers up front are going to have AEW news. They're going to announce the new show. Because this has been reported, but it's not official, that AEW is having a new show on Saturday called the AEW Collision. It's not official, but it's pretty much official. But I think Warner Brothers and AEW are waiting for the upfront to officially announce it. And that's going to apparently be the CM Punk show. I don't know. CM Punk is only going to be on that show, apparently. Oh, we'll see, right? We'll see we'll see. What day is the upfront? What day is the upfront? Curious. Okay. Well, we'll know. We'll get something. But yeah. So, yeah. That's it for my stream, guys. For the sports stream. We talked a little bit about non-sports related stuff here. Because it was kind of important with the Writers Guild of America going on officially on strike. That was kind of important. Yeah. It was really important. And I just hate the actors at the gala. They're like, I hope a deal gets done. They knew, they brushed it off. The actors and actresses at the gala when they got interviewed about it, they brushed it off. They didn't, like, the way they asked, they got interviewed the questions, man. I don't like it. Here's an idea. Here's an idea for them. You're getting paid millions and millions to do some streaming. Why don't you, be like Tom Brady? Ask for what's it called? Why don't you give some writers some of your money? Defer some of your money to the writers. Tom Brady has done that. You know what Tom Brady has done? Tom Brady in the past has with the Pats, I think with the Buccaneers, is willing to give up some of his money he was making on his contract so that the teams can afford more players. Right? Because NFL has a cap. So actors, if you're for the writers, why aren't you willing to give up some of your money on your contract to these writers? Maybe you know what? I don't know. Just a suggestion. I want to say maybe you should just actually play directors. Okay. 16th. Okay. Thank you. That's Monday. NBC Universal's a Monday. Tuesday, right? That's a Tuesday. Because the 12th is Zelda, and that's a Friday. And that's a Wednesday. Okay. Maybe we'll do some Let's Talk Pop couple of streams during that time. But yeah, I'm just saying, give them some of your money, man. I want to ask James Gunn. Because I'm pretty sure he's part of the Writers Guild of America, right? James Gunn, whatever. But yeah, this is my stream. Today, we're going to do It's All About Wrestling. It's All About Wrestling, episode 66. Oh, I didn't see Amazon. Okay. It's All About Wrestling. It's episode 66. The reason I moved it to Tuesday is because I want to do the recap the draft, WWE draft. We're going to go over that, okay? Okay. That's it. The draft. And we're talking about wrestling related stuff. And yeah, that's about it. And look for more sports related stuff. Sports Mayhem 4. Maybe I'll do it. Sports Mayhem 4 maybe a little bit later this week. I don't know. Maybe Friday. I don't know. Maybe Friday. I'll do another Sports Mayhem. On my main channel, Let's Talk Pop will be coming. Next episode 27 is definitely Wednesday. But if something major happens, like tomorrow, today versus today is tomorrow technically. You may see a late night Let's Talk Pop or a special Let's Talk Pop, and that will end up being my 27th. But Wednesday will always be scheduled. Saturday, I'm moving my Let's Talk Pop to Sunday next week only because I want Blind and Braille on from our Guardians of the Galaxy 3 review, spoiler review. And the reason why I'm moving to Sunday is because he's seeing it on a Saturday night. And I want to do the review, not at night. I want to do the review middle of the day, like 4 or 5 Eastern. And that'll be Sunday. So, yeah. So Guardians spoiler review will be Sunday instead of Saturday. But we'll be back to Saturday, so don't worry, my Let's Talk Pop. Okay. But yeah. And be on the lookout for a little short Thursday night on my main channel. Just a short, not a video. Me reviewing, basically telling you my 1 minute thoughts of Guardians right out of the theater. Like, John Campia does, kind of like that, but it's going to be a short. It's not going to be a minute video. It's going to be a short, and I'm going to make a review for it. But yeah, make sure, like, share, subscribe, and comment below, man. Oh, and also, I have to check this up. I do think I'm getting an Amazon package tomorrow. Let me check. I almost forgot about it. Yes! I'm getting an Amazon package. Action figures from the Dark Knight series. I think what's coming in tomorrow is the Joker in the Dark Knight trilogy Batman. Yeah. The Joker from the Dark Knight and Batman McFarlane. Yeah. I'm getting that tonight by 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I almost forgot. I almost did forget. I would almost end up. But yeah, if you're looking for that, I might make a video on it or short. But like, subscribe, comment below, guys. Do all that on this channel, and make sure to check out my Let's Talk Pop on my main channel. My main channel is in the description down below, or no, it's not. Whatever. But yeah, thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, thank you. Take care, and yeah, live long and prosper.